What's up guys, Shannon from SB88. Fully work uniform on and everything. Got to fit Nextbase dash cams to these two Mercedes, front and rear. So if you need a dash cam installed, get in touch. I'll be fitting them with the hardwire kits, front and rear. I feel like on this car I'm fitting the cameras off to the left and off to the left on that one as well. Usually I fit them in the middle, but I want to just fit them on the left to show you guys that yeah, you will still get the full view, but it won't be directly in line with your mirror, so it's just probably just a little bit less stuff to see when you're looking at the back glass. That's how I prefer it. Pretty cool cars. And this is the dash cam for this model here, 322. And it's proper white interior, so I've got my gloves on so we don't put any stains on the interior. You see, I love it when you got a black interior because obviously it's just, you know, as a mechanic, you know, you can have slightly dirty hands, but I always put fresh gloves on. Alright, so the dash cam will be going here. Same on the other car. Let's get started on this one first. Okay, so this is the keys for this car. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. First things first, I need to find a way to get the wires into the car. So I'll find the loom with the most space. I think this one probably. I don't know. They're both quite full up, to be honest. Get my lever tool, open this up, get access from here to there. Alright, so I took this trim piece off that was there. Just clips off and then disconnected the cable from there. You see it's wrapped around there like that. Just pull that tab off. Then pressing these clips, just pull this one out. Now I've got to get the cable into underneath here. You can't pull on this too tough because these headliners need to be slid backwards to come off. So it's really a slightly annoying design. Alright, so you see I've got my little rod going through there and coming out here. So I'm going to connect my wire from here. See, like that, and it's going to come out here. Alright, so you can see now cables from here going onto there, through there, out there, and through the loom. Yeah, now it's going to go through here and come out inside of here. Alright, so look, put that back, the cable's through here. So I can put this trim piece here back now and then connect the camera. Like I said, on this dash cam I'm fitting it to the side, so you're going to be out of the line of the rear view mirror. Now it's time to get this cable down to the front of the car. I need to know where the fuse box is, so I choose the right side so I don't have to strip down two corners of the car. Fuse box is just here. Perfect. Okay. Right, so in here we've got an airbag, so we've got to be careful around it. Alright, so this cable now, I've just like unclipped it from the trim slightly. And now it's out there. So the cable come out there. Now it's about to come out here. Alright. Let me just quickly explain what I'm doing here with this airbag. Prevent any damage to the vehicle. If you have an accident, you want to make sure that this cable isn't going to stop the airbag from deploying. So this airbag here and this cable here, you need to make sure that it's going to be well out of the way, tucked up inside behind the airbag. So when it deploys downwards like this, bang, the cable isn't going to stop it or trap it. So you can't have it wrapped around the airbag. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Okay, I've got one more cable to go, and that's the hardwire kit that I run over the airbag, down this loom, through this panel to the fuse box. Okay, so in the hardwire kit you get these fuse taps. These are the different types of fuses that cars use, so you would only use one really. This is interference magnet, so we're going to wrap this around the cable, and it should stop interference. Some cars suffer from interference from dash cams. I haven't met many, but I still fit them anyway. And this is the hardwire kit. It's got a little light in the back, and if you wire it to 12 volts permanently live, you will have the dashcam able to do its park mode job all the time. If you fit it to ignition, you'll have a limited battery supply within side of the dashcam to do a bit of park mode shock recording. But I'm going to fit this to the permanent live. Actually, even makes my life easier in some cases. Alright, so once I've got the two cables through, they don't go exactly the same way. Like I said, we're not trying to tie the airbag up. I'm going to put this magnet around it, around these two, and that'll actually help it stay in that trim headlining to stop the cables dropping down in the future. Okay, time to get the dash cam out. It's already been opened up and played with by the looks of it. Here we go. This is the bracket for the windscreen that clips into there like this. So this is how it connects. So if you wanted to disconnect your dash cam, you just got to pull it off the bracket like that. Got a spare one here as well, and a travel charger. So if you wanted to use this dash cam somewhere else, you could, but you would have to probably take this piece off as well and re-stick it, because they used to, I think, come with an extra piece that you can anyway, probably talking nonsense, but that's what it looks like, guys. I'm gonna tell you about it. If you didn't have this piece and you had like the suction cup type, you would put the charger into the top piece here, open that up rather than plug it into there. This side here is for the rear camera. You've got a reset button down here if the dash cam was playing up, and here's the SD card, so it's already fitted. Happy days. And it's a Nextbase SD card in there. 64 gig Nextbase SD card in there. Okay, so once you've got the dash camera plugged in like this, I tend to tape up the wires here so it's neat, and then I find a place there to put it. Okay, so I got it taped up, and then I slide the magnet down, and I'll just pop it up in there and then position this dash cam. Okay, and when I'm ready to stick it down, it'll be like that. So now, time to get rid of all this excess wiring and wire up the hardwire kit. But the dash cam's in position, nearly ready to go. Alright, so I always come back to the back and pull all the excess wiring back. Yeah, and then after doing that, you can see the cables are gone. You can see this cable along the airbag, so we want to make sure we're pushing that inside. See, and then this one is above, and it's going to go down to the fuse box. Cool, understand? Okay, so this wire in here now, I'll just stretch it out and just drag it that way and hide it in there. Cut the trims back now. Okay, to wipe the hardwire kit now, I've just loosened this 13mm bolt. I'm sticking the earth underneath there, and I'll tighten it up like that. Okay, so the black wire is the earth or the ground, and the red wire is the positive. And I've pushed it through the fuse box hole there. Right, so now I just got to find a live fuse and pop a fuse tap in there. Got my multimeter here. I'll figure it out in a second. So this cable should be black, okay, but my one's broken. But I would come here and then use my other one, and I'll probe the fuse and find a live. Okay, so I'm going to go for this 30 amp fuse here. I'm not even sure what it does, but because it's a 30 amp fuse and the dash cam's only going to be pulling something like 5 amps, it can't be disturbed, but it's a live fuse. Okay, so I'm just popping it out there. When you're taking fuses out, you've got to remember where they came from. Don't make a silly mistake and pull it out, put it back in the wrong position. You might end up with a fault. Okay, so the 30 amp fuse. Alright, so the 30 amp fuse is in front, and then behind that is a 2 amp fuse. So the dash cam is taking power from the 2 amp fuse, and the 30 amp fuse is feeding power to the 2 amp fuse. So if anything happens, for example, this wiring here was cut and shorted to ground, like cut and shorted to ground, cut somewhere along here and shorted to ground, it'll pop the 2 amp fuse and leave the 30 amp fuse intact. Alright, so that's now pushed in there like that, in the right position, just underneath that fuse, and immediately the dash cam's come to life. The lighting is wicked to us today. You can see that the dash cam is on. Alright, the sun's right in front. Alright, so what I've got to do now is just tidy up this wiring, hide it inside of there, and we put the car back together, stick the dash cams down and get out of here. Actually, no, we've got to go to another car, which is that one. Just tuck the wiring in there, and we're going to put this trim piece back, and we're all good now. This piece here slides in like that. So I've put this rear camera to the left, yeah, so out of the way, and then that camera there, I've got to stick that down next as well. And then we're going to be done, boy. Just got to look into the car, make sure that no trims are adrift or anything like that. It's looking good, man. Okay, so that's the dash cam fitted. I'll probably go through the next park mode instructions on the other one, because the light will be on the other way. But oh my god. Magnet was a bit. Okay, and there we go, man. Stuck to the glass. Okay, so that's the rear image. My van out there, and you can see that I've put the camera to the left. Just a different way of doing things. You can have it bang in the middle if you want, but it's a different way of doing things. Alright, let's go. Next car. So doing this one's a little bit different. It's a saloon, so we don't have the tailgate harness or anything to worry about. It's clean gloves again. No fingerprints. That's how we're going to do it on this side. Alright, I had to change it up a little bit because this one I have nowhere to hide the slack, right? So the slack is going to go inside of here, and I'll rerun my cable back to the back. I have to pull it back out. The front cable's run, not the hardwire cable. I'm just trying to sort out what I'm going to do with the slack, because obviously I've got to push this cable away around the airbag, make sure it's not tied up, and then hide the slack. Okay, so that's the dash cam at the back there. All the slack wiring is inside of there. You see, not in the way of the airbag at all. Right. Alright, so that's where we're at now. The rear cable is in. The dash cam's connected to the back there. Yeah. All the trim pieces are back in the proper place. So now to run the hardwire kit and to fit the dash cam. Okay, so same thing again. Same thing again, right? I'm gonna push this up and get the hardwire kit fitted in. One thing I forgot to show in the last video is, see when you're hiding this wiring up inside of here, there's this mechanism here which is the glove box open switch, and also the thing that slows it down to give it that smooth opening. It's this device here. You don't want to get anything in the way to stop the operation of that. Alright. Cable is here now. Got to find the same fuse, probably a 30 amp fuse I'll use if it's alive, and stick it in there. Okay, same 30 amp fuse at the front, 2 amp at the back. Don't know what fuse it is, but it doesn't matter because it's a 2 amp fuse will blow first, leaving the 30 amp fuse intact. It's just turned on. Happy days. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so let's get this thing started. Some of the new Nextbase dash cams, you'll have to set it up with the app first before you can even get into the menu here. So luckily this customer already set it up with the app. That's the rear screen. Alright, touching it again, you get the front screen. And if you press settings, so you can get in there. Set up park mode, turn that on. Okay, next thing I do is format the SD card. Once that's done, you can find out the rest on your app. Yeah, once you see that P at the bottom of the screen, you've got park mode. The other thing is satellite, that means it's GPS. And you got the charging sign on there, it's charging on that side, and Bluetooth. That's, I don't know, maybe if you're connected to Bluetooth. Is it Bluetooth? No, that's a mic. It's Bluetooth on and then a mic next to it. But yeah, we're good to go, guys. What do you think? If you want an install like this, don't hesitate to get in touch with myself at sp88.co.uk. Shot of the rear view mirror, so I didn't put the dash cam bang in the middle so you don't see it. It's off to the side over there. Alright, I've done it the same on both cars. Explained to the customers, and this is what they wanted to try, and I'm happy that it's worked out perfectly.
There we go, loading live view. Yeah.
That's the front.
That's the rear.
That's the front actually.
Oh yeah, that's the front, yeah, sorry.
And then hold this up to the rear. There we go.
Got it. Brilliant. It's funny that don't... Oh, that's it. That's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty clear.
Yeah, happy with that.
Can I just get my wife?